All right. So today I'm going to address you as not just students, but system analysts, because that's the mentality you are supposed to have when it comes to this course. Okay, so let's say you walk to an ATM to withdraw. I'm sure most of us use ATM cards, right? You go to an ATM to withdraw, say 500 cedis, and then you put your card in, and then you enter your PIN, and then the machine, like after entering your PIN and all of that, the response you get from the machine is transaction successful, but then your money does not come out. You check your phone and you see your account has been debited with that 500 cedis. What do you think is the problem?
System error.
Okay. Please, who just said system error? Can we use the raise your hand emoji so that I can keep track of those who are actually okay? Thank you. Emmanuel. Emmanuel, were you the one who said system error?
No, madam, it's me, Uswansan.
Owusu answer. Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Emmanuel,
No,
please,
please.
your hands are raised.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So I would say that the system is not fully functional. The dysfunctional.
The system is not what?
It's not fully functional. Like it's a dysfunctional system.
Oh, I see. Okay. Sichua Fia, please, I'm sorry if I murder your name.
Fine.
Yes, your
I'll take the technical problem.
a
Technical.
technical problem. Okay. David. Oh, okay. I don't see David. Is it Rafik rather? Rafik.
Yes, so I'll say the system encountered an error when it was processing your transaction.
Hmm. Okay. Any other? Also answer.
Yeah, so it could be a system error or a technical fault or glitch somewhere.
Okay. I see. That's all great. But now let's break down the error. Okay. We've all noticed that it's a dysfunction, it's a technical error, it's an error. Let's really tackle the error. What kind of error would it be? Do you think it's from the ATM itself? Do you think it's from whoever is behind the ATM processing whatever? Like what error exactly do you think this is? Also answer.
Okay, this could be break in communication or coordination between components of the system.
I know what again.
Components of the system. I love the
Yeah.
term. Okay. Do you mind to
Uh,
explain these components, or you're not very sure?
Okay, I wouldn't be sure by explaining it in direct terms, but maybe it could be the unit. The unit, yeah.
Okay, please just know that no answer here is wrong, okay? No answer is wrong. All right. Michael Adade.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
From a technical perspective, I may say the machine may be experiencing a hardware malfunction.
Wow. Oh, okay. So also answer one of the components is what Michael Adade just mentioned, a hardware malfunction. That's great. So maybe the rollers jumped up or something, right? I'm sure you learned or you studied the various layers in systems, the transport layer, the protocol layer, the physical layer. Did you do that
Please, not yet.
in level 100? You're supposed to do that.
Not yet.
Okay. All right. So we can say it's a hardware malfunction. That's great. Who else? Andy.
We can also say it's a cash dispensing error, maybe a jam note
Mm-hmm.
or something mechanically being faulty
Wow.
whilst processing the money, or maybe a power interruption, or maybe a network or communication error, something like that.
I see. This is a systems analyst speaking. Oh. The way you are analyzing the whole system with the terminologies.
Oh,
Wow,
pardon.
thank you. That's nice. So we
Okay.
can say maybe it's the software or the logic behind the ATM, the codes behind the ATM, basically, right? Okay. So probably one of the functions became irresponsive or something. That's nice. Good to know. Any other, please? You're all doing great. Eric, yes.
Madam, probably there's no money in the ATM.
Oh, okay. That could be very possible. That could be very possible. Thank you very much. Kojo Ahene.
Hello, madam. For me, it could be like from an power source. Maybe there is no light, or maybe during the transaction, maybe light went off or something.
Something interesting.
Yeah.
So if there's lights out, are we saying that our ATMs don't work?
Oh, not really, but maybe like I would say like from like light out per se, but maybe like within an electrical fault, maybe from a connection within the system, like um sources from within the ATM. Maybe it's not like really
Mm,
like the light going out, but maybe it can be an electrical fault too. That is
I
why
see.
it is not responding to it.
Wow, interesting. That's
Madam,
very, yes, sir.
maybe during the power outage, the debit was recorded, but the cash did not
Flow.
dispense. That's why. Yeah,
Ah, so can we say maybe it's a communication problem
exactly.
between the bank and the ATM? Because
Exactly.
note that I've been debited in my account, so my account has received a debit notification, but I've not received my money from the ATM. So
Exactly.
thank you very much for all your answers. But what I'm driving at is for us to know that one issue has a lot of possibilities and problems, okay, and ways we can solve it. One problem also can have many causes. So, as a system analyst, your job is to figure out which component is really what's failing so that you can fix the right thing. Because with this simple ATM, we've noticed that it could have been a hardware problem, it could have been a technical one, it could have been a software issue, it could have been a community, like so many issues. So your job is not an easy job. Yours is to break every component down and point out what exactly is wrong. Is that okay? All right. So let's proceed. My analysts. All right. So let's start with the basic knowledge that introduces what a system analyst is supposed to do. Information technology, which you are offering. So if you don't know what information technology is, then you're in the wrong course. That's level 200, right? Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
IT combines hardware, software, and services to manage, communicate, and then share information, right? And then because because the hardware we use, software, services, and all of that keep changing, we want us to know that you should realize that each technological device or with every advancement we are getting, the change will never stop. Right now, we've heard that iOS is bringing in iPhone 19 or what, 20 and the rest. It will keep, it's a never-ending cycle. So when you study one thing today about a particular system, your job as an analyst does not end with that particular system. You have to keep on learning to get some sort of, advanced knowledge in the new things that keep coming up. Okay. All right. Now, a system analysis or systems analysis and design basically has to do with the step-by-step process for developing high-quality information systems. So the goal is to create high-quality information system. Think about it as though we have a blueprint for a building, right? If you want to build right now, you don't just go to the land and then you start laying blocks, start mixing concrete. No, you have to follow a step-by-step procedure in doing that, right? So that you'll be able to start and then finish successfully. Now, an information system combines technology, people, and data to support business functions such as order processing, inventory, control, human resources, and then accounting. Again, information system is not just about the computer you are sitting behind or the phone you are using or whatever you are using at the moment. Okay, it's a combination of all these things. The technology has to do with the software and the hardware we use. The people has to do with the users, your managers, your bosses, the stakeholders. And then the data has to do with the raw facts that the system processes, okay? Like the items being sold at a mall or a supermarket or something, or maybe the number of students who applied to pursue IT in GT. All these are data. You need data, you need people, and you need technology to be able to design a system well, which functions well, okay? So what do system analysts do? Basically, you are a problem solver. Okay, that's what you are. You are supposed to solve problems. IT people are the backbone of every department in a company or an organization. Because you are looking at order processing, you are looking at inventory control, you are looking at how a customer pays or handles something, you are tracking how much or how many is left in case it's a supermarket you are dealing with. When it comes to human resources, you are the one managing the employee records and payroll. When it comes to accounting, you are the one tracking the money. So if there is any error, Mr., Miss, and Mrs. Analyst, you are the person who makes this partnership happen. You are the one who sits and then do what? Plan, develop, and then maintain the system. Please, any question? Please, do we have any questions?
No, please, Adam.
Eric?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Madam,
So at least we understand our roles as
madam,
analysts. Eric, do you have a question?
yes, madam.
Okay.
In the definition of the systems analyst, I didn't see create. It is plan, develop, and maintain. But so a system analyst doesn't create. Is that what you're saying?
Oh no. So when you said in that you saw develop, when you're developing, what do you do?
Maybe you are continuing what is already there.
Okay. So basically the reason why there is nothing like create in there is there's this ideology in technology that there's no new thing under the sun. So whenever you are doing a research and you are being asked, what new thing are you solving or introducing? It's basically what you have identified within an old system that you are actually building on. So for instance, let's use the period in which there were no cars, right? But there were mediums of transportation, there were means of transportation. Is that not it? So transportation existed, and transportation has been in existence for a very long time now. The moment somebody introduces a car, the new thing you've brought is what you have modeled down, right? But it doesn't change the fact that transportation has been in existence. Please, you get the idea?
Yes, miss.
Okay, that's why they didn't add create. So basically, you are not starting it from scratch. You are a web developer. and you want to design a website for somebody. Basically, you didn't come up with CSS or HTML yourself. Is that not it? So you are picking from here and there, and you are bringing it together to what? To develop something. Is that okay? Benis, please, your hand is up.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
The question is, can one person, as you said, it looks like an IT technology, maybe personnel, is a bit like important than the system analysis, but not necessarily important. But it looks like if you're an IT personnel, like you cover everything in general, compared to, even though the system analysis maybe personnel might know, but the definition I got from it, meaning the information technology personnel is better than a system analysis, or I don't know
If I get your question, well, you are trying to ask whether the IT personnel is important than the system analyst.
yes, even
Is
though they're
that
all
it?
important, but it looks like one has an upper hand than the other. Is that so? Or I'm
Really?
just, yes, or is that so? I'm
Oh,
just,
okay.
because it looks
You are
like,
just
yeah, it looks like the IT persons go all around.
I see that then.
I mean, the
But
system
what do you
analysis.
think? What do you think, Benis?
I think so far what we have learned in IT covers
Mm.
all those areas. And then if a system analysis personnel should learn or something, they are just on some basis, like some aspects. They'll just learn some few parts of like what they are supposed to learn. But the so far from level 100 to level 200, I can see we are doing almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because initially when I applied for, I was thinking it's only typing and some few stuff, but it's becoming more than what I'm expecting. So per my experience so far, and then per what like I'm in or what is going on, I can see that the IT is much more important than one or two.
Analysts, I see.
Yes, that's what I would say.
And please, does anybody have anything to say about that before I come in? Okay,
Madam.
also answer.
Okay, in relation to what Dennis just said, I think the system analyst is a specialization field, or maybe yeah,
Okay.
it's a specialized field, unlike the IT personnel who will I be permitted to say has a general knowledge about let me say computer related stuff.
Okay. Well said. Benis, did you hear that?
Yes, I
Okay.
heard it.
Okay. So I don't want us to drag this further, but then IT is broad. It's like saying medicine. That's IT. We can't say the gynecologist is more important than the radiologists in the hospital. Do you get it? Every one of them have their functions, their roles, their duties. That's the same thing when it comes to IT and then a system analyst. So the IT personnel focuses on maintaining and supporting existing systems, right? And ensuring that the networks, the hardwares, the softwares are running smoothly every day. But then the focus of the system analyst is to analyze that system that's already running, the hardware that's already running, the software that's already running, and then see how best they can improve it. Please, do you get it? So one keeps the organization running, and then the other helps it to improve and grow. So both sides are equally important. Please, do you get it?
Yes,
Benis, do
ma'am.
you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Any
you.
other question? Also answer, your hand is still up. Okay. All right. Let's proceed. Ampofo, your hand is up.
Yes, madam. Please, we couldn't get your name, so how do we address you, please?
Esenam is fine.
Esenam, all right. So my question is, we studied information system in our previous semester, and we are relating system analysis design to information system. Please, what's the similarity or difference?
That's a great question. So under systems analysis, what did you study? What was it generally about?
It was information system, rather, information system.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't system analysis. Thank you. So under information system, what was it generally about? Please, do you remember the scope of the information systems you studied?
Yeah, I'm trying to recall. It was something about this online, inculcating online into business or something.
I see. So we are looking at the combination of processes when it comes to collecting and then processing data. Is that it?
Yeah, somehow.
Somehow. How about how technology supports business operations and decisions?
Exactly. That's the
Oh,
right word. Yeah.
oh, okay. So you want to know how it does what?
How the similarities or difference, how is it associated to system analysis design?
Oh, okay. Please, do we have any suggestions here?
Hello, madam.
Yes. Is
Yeah,
there
so
Ample for AJ? Who is speaking, please?
Elvis.
Okay, obvious. Yes, let's
Yeah.
hear you.
So with the information system we learned last semester, we are looking at how we can add how do you call it, systems, people, and data to create functionable to create functionable systems to help solve problems. And then with
Oh,
system design, we are looking at how we can make these how do you call it? How we can make very functionable systems for people and organizations to use. So I think the information system as a course and then system analysis and design are quite related. So one looks at people and data to create functionable systems for um, organizations, and the other one is how to, let's say, improve the systems that are being created, or how to detect faults and make the systems which are being created very useful.
okay. Thank you very much. Sicho, Sichuafia. Please, how do you pronounce your name?
Sechufia.
Sichuafia. Okay. All right. Let's hear you.
All right, I think the system, information systems actually talk about how to come up with, for example, the ATM you made mention of to help businesses operate. And then the system analysis actually focuses on these systems and make sure they are up and running, like they are always they are always kept and they are always maintained. As you said, system analysis is more like problem solver. So how these systems are well analyzed and kept.
Yeah, madam, to add to Sechufia, so like improving on its existence, like improving on it. That is the system analysis design.
Okay. All right. So let me answer it this way. Let's take the school's university students portal, the one you are using currently, your SIP. Okay. It's an information system, right? It includes the database that stores whatever information they have on you. It includes the website or the website interface where you go to register your courses and all of that. Is that not it? So all the components there together form the information system because they work collectively to manage the the processes within the information. So right now, if you go, there's a part for your course registration, there's a part for your maybe in case doc eventually uploads your slides and all of that, there's a part you can do that. If the admin wants to access your information, right, there's a part they can also access that. All these comes under information system. Now, the system analysis and design has to do with before building that student's portal. So the system analyst will now meet the lecturers and then outline their rules. Okay, so the lecturer can upload results, but the students cannot. So when the system analyst is designing that system or doing anything, he knows what to assign to the lecturer. He knows what to assign to the administrators. He knows what to assign to the students. Please, do you get me? So that's
So
the
that is
difference.
the blueprint of the or the blueprint architecture of the building. Is that it?
Very good. Please, do we understand? Andrews Kofi, your hand is up.
Yes, ma'am. Please, if I get you well, then means we're talking about you were trying to say the scope of information system is what the system covers, and the system analysis is the process used to define and control that scope.
That's
Please,
right.
am I right? So,
Basically, yes.
okay, thank
Sure.
you.
So, for instance, your portal is not working. Who do we call on? In case your portal is not working right now, who do you think we'll call on?
The IT personnel.
IT personnel.
Oh,
The
Are you sure
person
we'll call on
designs
the
the
IT?
system.
We call the system analyst.
Very good. To analyze where the problem is stemming from. Because there's a place for lecturers, there's a place for administrators, there's a place for students, and the portal is not working. So we now have to come in as analysts and break it down. Okay, so what's happening? Like we discussed earlier with the ATM, there's one error, but so many causes and so many solutions. Please, do you get it? All right. So let's proceed. Good. So with this, we are even defining what information system is all about here, which you said you've already done. So a system is a set of related components. So all the components we've mentioned are related. They are not standalone or they don't exist individually. They are all related. Okay. A mission critical system is vital to a company's operation. Now, let's go back to the system. So, like I already said, they are all working together, right? So let's take an analogy. For instance, a car. If you drive, you know that you have your brake, you have your steering wheel, you have the petrol tanker or whatever tank is in there, and any other thing that makes the car work. All these things are related components. Is that okay? Now, when it comes to the mission critical system, it's basically defines what is vital to the company's operation. Okay. So if the system goes down, then that means the business stop. When it comes to your portal, when your portal breaks down right now, you can't access any information. You can't download any slide. The lecturers cannot upload, their results and all of that. So that's a mission critical system. Okay. And then when we look at a mission critical system, another example could be an airline. So imagine the airline has a reservation system and it crashes. What do you think will happen? For your students online portal that I referred to few minutes ago, it's also a mission critical, something. I'm sure you already know what data is. It consists of basic facts that are the system's raw material. Information, on the other hand, is data that has been transformed into valuable output for users. Okay. And then an information system has 5 key components, which we are going to look at in the next slide. So we have the hardware, software, data, processes, and people. An information system needs all this in order to function. Okay, so like we already made an example during the ATM, stuff. We got to know that it could be a hardware issue, it could be a software issue, it could be a data issue, it could be communication issue, and all of that. So let's look at our smart devices. I'm sure we are all using smartphones right now. Can we identify the 5 components we are seeing here on our smart device? Please, can we see?
Yes, please.
Okay, so if you take your phone, you let us know which phone you are using, and then you identify one component, and you tell us. Oh, which ones are?
Okay, I'm using an iPhone. The hardware here is the iPhone itself.
The iPhone itself. Oh, okay. Elvis.
Madam, please, I'm also using an iPhone. The hardware is the iPhone screen.
The iPhone what?
The screen.
The screen. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Any other? Any other? Also answer.
Because the people who started mentioning iPhone, so some of us who are using techno cannot even.
Oh, so long as it's a smartphone, it's part of the phone family. The iPhone users want to give us pressure, but we are not buying it. So also answer, what are you using? It's also answer there. Sheriff.
Yes, I'm an Samsung user, a fan of Android, and I think the hardware is the component of the phone, the physical component of the phone.
Okay, so with your Samsung, which of the components can you?
That is, the screen is one of it. The motherboard is also the hardware itself. The board itself is a hardware.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
the
Let's move
speaker
on to
and the
software.
rest.
So I'm Michael. I'm the techno man. I'm using
Okay.
the Zoom I'm using is a software application.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Any other? Don't forget your iOS itself is, those who are using iPhone, that itself is
Hello,
a
madam.
software. Yes.
Okay. So me, the person using the phone, I'm also part of it.
Yeah, what?
I said me, the person using the phone, I'm also part of the system, the information.
So which of the components are you under?
People.
People. Awesome. Awesome. Any other? Okay, iOS from Angelina. That's cool.
Madam,
Yes, Maxwell. Oh, that's not Maxwell.
Elvis.
I think with the software, Siri is also software in the iPhone.
Oh, okay. That's great. Don't forget that the software, I don't know if you studied this, we have the system software and application software.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the iOS is a system, right? So it's a system software. Android is a system software. The apps on your phones would fall under application software. Okay, all right. How about the processes? Nobody is speaking about that. Nobody's talking about data.
Hello, madam.
Yes, Elvis.
And please, the system buses on the motherboard from the processes. Like when we talk about the system cycle, which is the first decode, execute, store, they can fall under the process.
I'm not sure I'm hearing you clearly.
So I'm saying that
Yes.
the system buses on the motherboard.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So they form the process that is the fetch, decode, execute, and then store.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. I saw someone write something in the chats. Let's see. Um, End user. Okay, data, phone numbers. Good, good. First one. End user falls under people. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, still with the processes, do we have any other?
Procedures.
Yes, madam.
The procedures, such as
Browsing, messaging, and calling.
awesome, awesome. All right.
Transform royal data.
Okay. So how about if you unlock your phone, if you post a story on your WhatsApp, hey, see me, I'm in Dubai chilling. And no, how about those one? Where will they fall?
Processes.
Processes. Awesome, awesome. Let's proceed. You guys are analysts and pa. All right. So we've discussed, we've looked at hardware, software, data, processes, and then people already. Okay. Okay, so I'm sure by now we all know the five main components of an information system, innit?
Yes, please.
Awesome. Now let's move on to internet business strategies. Okay. Business today is shaped by the following trends: rapidly increasing globalization, technology integration for information access across various devices, and then the rapid growth of cloud-based computing and software services. So let's take Ghana into consideration. In Ghana alone, we have these business-to-business platforms across almost all the areas we have, like in our daily, usage and stuff like that. When it comes to e-commerce, we have a lot of business to business platforms, and all these businesses what shape the trends. They shape how technology integration moves. They shape how cloud-based computing services and software services are actually structured in today's world, right?
Yep.
So when it comes to business, basically we are saying that it is a concept where customers use the internet to research, compare prices and features, check availability, arrange delivery, and choose payment methods. And like I already said, when it comes to Ghana, all those things are already here. We have e-commerce platforms. I'm sure most of us use Jumia, Tonaton, and the rest, right? When it comes to transport services, it's also a business to consumer, form of business. We have Bolts, Uber, and all of that. When it comes to food delivery, we have them. When it comes to fintech and financial services, I'm sure right now everybody's using Momo. If it's done or there. When it comes to entertainment, it's all there. And these are the concepts where customers use the internet. So you can just sit comfortably in your home and then you order something, you search for something and you get the results. You apply for something and then you get your results. That's what the business to consumer is all about when it comes to internet business strategies. Now, why do you think a system analyst must know this? I would want you to, just keep the thought process in your mind. I'll ask you at the end of the third business, the third part of the internet business strategies. Why should a business analyst know why we have a business to consumer, aspect, why we have business to business, and why we have consumer to consumer. So just think about it. At the end, we would try and then solve that. So please, if your hands are raised, kindly put it down. All right. So business to business also allows companies to reach the global marketplace. Okay, it's way larger than the business to consumer. And it's complex because these systems involve volume discounts. You're talking about complex shipping schedules. You're talking about automatic reordering. You're talking about systems that handle massive data, like millions and millions of data. Recently, I watched a video where Facebook, one of their directors or so, was showing them the kind of service they have. And it's over 100 acres, like servers being stored on over 100 acres of land. That should tell you the masses or the massiveness of data that we are engaging in on a daily. So these business to businesses, they don't look at the local area. They go beyond the local business to consumer towards business to businesses. Okay. And we have some few examples. We can talk about bookings.com. DHL is also one that deals with, providing international shipping and logistics and all of that. Amazon too could be part, but Amazon can fall under business to consumer and then business to business. We also have some other business to businesses around. I'm sure you know few examples for yourselves. Now, when it comes to consumer, I have a TV I don't want anymore. All I have to do is to upload it on Tonathon or Gigi or one of the apps, and then I get a buyer and it's gone, right? So the idea with business to consumer, business to business, and then consumer to consumer has to tell us that when it comes to internet business, the strategies does not apply to all of them at once. So the strategy you use for consumer to consumer may be different from the ones you use for business to business and the one you use for business to consumer as a systems analyst. So back to my question, why do I need to know these or understand this as a business, as a system analyst?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just like you said, the strategies you use for business to business will differ from consumer to consumer and then business to consumer. So as a system analyst, when building a system for either of this for people, you should have in mind that how do you call it? The system should how do I say? They will be used for different purposes. So the system analyst should know all these strategies so that it wouldn't get to a point where the system would be dysfunctional due to, let's say, lots of loads on the system. So I think a system analyst should actually know these business strategies so that they will be able to dictate how the system should be.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. Dennis?
I think being a system analysis talks about how you can solve problems. So looking at, let me give you an example of maybe a small scale business. And I'm supposed to create maybe an app for them to use for delivery, taking, and then also for buying and selling. Let's say an example of an app is maybe the Gigi app. This is where I'll create using maybe programming to create. If I'm supposed to create an app, I'll use programming to create. Also analyze how it will work, how it will be received from the customer, how they will be able to navigate through the app, like the up and downs. That is what
Okay.
a system analysis should be able to do for a business.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bernice. I'll take the last contribution, Kojo.
Okay, Madam Esinam, so almost everyone has said it. So what I'll add is that with the business, the system analysis, if doesn't understand how the business work, you cannot design a system to fit the business needs or the consumer's need. So with you understanding how it will work and how it will fit the business is quite important. But with, as everybody has explained, without you understanding, you cannot fit the criteria. So with you understanding it makes you create or develop a system that will fit the business or the consumer.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. All your answers are correct. Now, my next question is TikTok a business to consumer or business to business?
I would say it's both.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Business.
Who is talking? I didn't see your
I would
hand.
say it's both.
Bernice, yes.
I think it's both because the reason is now TikTok with people advertising and then showing what they can do, showing what they are selling. That's the same way people are also buying from them, like the people who have posted. So it has become both. I think that's my view.
Awesome.
Okay, madam.
Sorry,
This week.
Mikhail.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay.
It's business to consumers because it
Oh.
targets individual users for content creation and then consumption, whilst also enabling business to advertise or sell those customers through features like TikTok itself.
Interesting. Dorcas, your mic is on. Are you speaking to us?
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Like, I don't know
Elvis.
if yes, please. It would be hybrid. I don't know if there's anything like business to consumer. If there's something like that, then I think
That's TikTok. Oh, I see. That's new. Probably you should write a research on that so that we'll add it to, systems when it comes to the course. It's a great observation. Anyways, so basically TikTok is both. It runs both ways. We have business to consumers, the people who are selling directly to individuals sitting at their home and ordering. And we have businesses who are actually working with other businesses on the same platform, right? Okay. Anyways. Now let's move on to modeling business operations. So modeling produces a graphical representation of a concept or process that system developers can analyze, test, and modify. It basically has to do with the analyst taking a messy something and then turning it into a clear map, like a blueprint, okay, that a computer or a user can understand. Is that okay? So probably I want to build and all of that. Where do I go to? I go to an architect to design whatever I have running through my mind and all of that. So that becomes like a blueprint. So in system analysis, mostly we represent concepts or processes in a graphical form. We'll be looking at that shortly. Now, a business profile is also an overview of a company's mission, functions, organization, products, services, customers, suppliers, competitors, constraints, and future direction. So every serious business-minded person has this, especially if they are the ones who started the business. Okay, so it's the identity card of that business. Before you build a system, you have to know exactly who the company is and what they do. So if you're a doctor, the business profile is the patient's medical history, right? You can't prescribe medicine until you know their history. Okay. So basically, that's it. Now, business model describes the information that a system must provide. It's also a graphical representation of one or more business processes. So you analysts would then use visual diagrams like flowcharts and some other charts to show how the data would move through the business. That's the business model. Okay. And then business process modeling involves a business profile and a set of model that documents business operations. Okay. A business process, on the other hand, is a specific set of transactions. So, okay, so it's a specific set of transactions, events, and results that can be described and documented. So in case I go and buy something at ShopRite right now, and I buy, say, milk, 50 cartons of milk, and I give the cashier like 2,000 cedis for that. And then let's say Dennis also goes there to buy 50 cartons of milk and wants to pay via Momo. Then Elvis also goes, okay, I'm buying 15 cartons of milk, but I want to pay via bank transaction, as in my ATM card. It's the same business, but then the processes we are using are what's different. Is that okay? All right. A business process model also graphically displays one or more business processes, such as handling an airline reservation. So analysts may choose computer-based tools that use business process modeling notation, which includes shapes and symbols representing events, processes, and workflows. We'll be looking at that shortly. Okay, so when you look at this image, what do you think is going on here? What do you think is going on here? Sharif, yes.
I think this is the process flow. That is the program design, how the instructions go from the start of the process to the end, to the finish of the process.
Oh, okay. That's great. That's great. So we can see that the event starts here. So like I said, in case I go to ShopRite and I'm buying something, this is my start, right? I place my order and then it goes through a particular process. We check the customer status. Once the process still continues, there's a verification, then the process ends, and then we see the results. Mind you can see that these shapes are very different. So I'll be giving you an assignment so that you read extensively on what shape to use at what process stage. Okay, so mostly the rectangular shape shows that something is in process. Every arrow you use in any graphical representation as an analyst also represents something. Okay, we may not be able to discuss all here. So what I'll do is, when I'm giving you assignments, it will be focused on that so that you'll be able to read extensively on that. All right. Okay, so this is a typical example of a chart. And when you zoom in, you'd see it stating whatever is going on. So the assignment will also help you know why certain shapes are being used and why other shapes are not being used and all of that. Is that okay? Okay, so let's proceed to enterprise computing. Enterprise computing refers to an information system that supports company-wide operations and data management requirements. So It's like a giant nervous system for a company, okay? If one finger or one branch touches something, the whole brain or the whole company knows about it immediately. That's what enterprise computing is. So a typical example is with your banks. Supposing you go to Fidelity, Adabraka branch to withdraw money. Fidelity Tamale branch will know that from this account, so and so amount of money has been withdrawn from it. Please, do we get it? That's how enterprise computing works. Works like. All right. We also have the transaction processing, which is a system that processes data generated by day-to-day operations. Okay. So this image depicts a single sales transaction which consists of 6 separate tasks and which the TP system processes as a group. Okay. So for instance, you go to a mobile money agent to cash in maybe 100 cedis. What will the agent do? The agent will enter your money, that's verify your customer data, right? And then enter your number and then the amount you want to whatever withdraw or input into your system. Then the system immediately checks if the agent has enough money, right? That's to check the credit status and see if it's there, right? So once the Momo vendor is able to check that, it now checks the stock status. It goes to post to account receivable. It adjusts the inventory levels, and then you're able to cash out. Because when definitely the Momo vendor inputs money into your account, her account balance will not be the same as it was initially, right? But you would receive what's an update. That's how the TP system processes works like. The transaction processing system works like. Okay. Please, any question? Also answer.
Okay, thank you. You made mention of you withdrawing money from your account, let's say at Adaraka Fidelity branch, and another branch, let's say in Tamale, having a notification that you've made withdrawal of cash from your account. So is it the case that when you register with a bank, what's even the word here? Your personal details is shared with other banks across the country.
Okay. So first off, they don't receive a notification. They don't receive a notification that you've withdrawn money. What happens is your account, let's say your account is 1199, right? And your account is with Fidelity Bank. Is that it? Please, are you following? You're talking about enterprise computing.
Yes,
which
I'm
means
following.
that Fidelity has a centralized database system that stores every information about their customers or their clients. So if we have Fidelity in Accra and we have Fidelity in Tamale and Sunyani, if I enter my account number in Accra 119 and make a withdrawal, it reflects in the Tamale branch and then the Sunyani branch. Please, do you get it? Also answer.
Yes,
Do
I
you
get it.
understand?
Yes, I get it. Yes, I get
Okay,
it.
so that's what we are saying. We are not saying that the moment you withdraw any money, they receive a notification. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that because it's an enterprise computing, they have a centralized procedure. You touch one, it connects to all. I can't withdraw my money and then have a balance of 500 cedis in my account here in Accra. By the time I get to Sunyani and I want to withdraw money from my Fidelity app or their bank there, my balance is 1,000. Okay. So why is the transaction protocol important to analysts? The transaction protocol systems are the input for everything else, okay? So if the data entered is wrong, that means every other system would be wrong. Is that okay? If the Momo vendor enters a withdrawal of 500 instead of 200, it reflects everywhere. So you should know that the transaction cuts across. They are separate taxes though. They are separate processes though. But at the end of the day, it's like garbage in, garbage out. What you put in is what you get at the end. Okay. Now let's look at business support also. Business support systems provide job-related information support to users at all levels of a company. So let's take Milcom as an example. If the transaction protocol system records that maybe a fund was sold at Milcom, then probably the business support system would now look at it that probably there are data and alerts in place to notify the manager. So the manager has his own interface, and then probably there'll be a pop-up alert. Maybe say, we only have 5 funds left in Accra warehouse, so you should order more. That's because one fund has already been sold. Do you get it? That's how the business support system works. And when we look at it again at a broader spectrum, you would realize that when you go to these malls to buy, the RDI or whatever they are using to scan the things you've bought is recorded into the system. In case they are not able to find the pricing on the things you bought, they quickly check the system for a referral, right? So the same system that makes them record what you've bought is also able to let the manager know that, okay, Mikhail has bought 20 funds, so you have 3 left. Please, do we get the concept? Vida, your hand is up.
Okay, thank you, madam. I'm a little bit confused about the enterprise and the transaction. In terms of the Momo example you used, is it the system the person is using at that moment that determines whether it is enterprise or transaction? Because the Momo vendor, maybe Momo vendor A, withdraw for you. When you go to Momo vendor B, even though the person will not see that reflection when doing the transaction, but that amount will be reduced. Or if there's no money, the person can tell that there's no money, maybe by checking the balance or something. So doesn't mean that if you withdraw money at one place, it will not reflect just as the bank one is doing, or
I'm not sure I quite follow.
I'm trying to ask if the system they are using at a particular time would determine if it is enterprise. Because if I withdraw money in maybe Accra, 500 cedis, and that's all I have, and I go to Tamale, I want to withdraw, it will still reflect that there's no money in the account.
Of course.
Yes, as a Momo vendor, please.
Okay, so let's establish this. First off, where did you withdraw the money from? Is it from your bank app, your bank account or your Momo account?
Momo account.
Okay, so you withdrew money from your Momo. How much did you withdraw? 500 cedis. How much is your balance?
Let's say 505. So everything is gone.
Everything is gone. So you have 0 balance.
Yes.
And then you travel to Kumasi.
Okay.
And then you want to withdraw again at Kumasi. Is that what you're implying?
Yes.
Okay. And what happens at Kumasi?
And what happens is there's no money in the account to withdraw. So in that way, it's enterprise, like it's showing everywhere.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I get you now. So you are trying to establish the difference between the enterprise computing and then the transaction processing.
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. So the transaction processing is basically the process the person, the Momo vendor, you and the Momo vendor went through to cash out your money. Those are the processes. So before you cashed out from the Momo vendor, you entered probably in case you don't have your let's use MTN as an example. In case you don't have MTN app, you started with what *170. That's one process, right?
Yeah.
Then probably the Momo vendor will also ask you, allow cash outs. That's another process. Then he'll tell you, okay, do this. And whilst you are entering your processes, she is also entering hers. Do you get it? So that's what the transaction is all about.
Oh,
Please, do you
okay.
understand?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. Please, do you have any other questions? Okay, then let's proceed. Knowledge management also is used as a knowledge base, and it allows users to find information by entering keywords or questions and the like. Okay, we also have user productivity. Examples of user productivity systems include email, voicemail, video, and web conferencing, word processing, automated calendars, database management, spreadsheets, desktop publishing. All these are user productivity. And user productivity systems also include groupware, for instance, Slack and all of that. And it helps you do what? Share data, collaborate on projects, and work in teams. So we even have Google Teams, Microsoft Teams rather. Yeah. We also have digital assistants, and they are the combination of knowledge management and user productivity systems enhanced with what? AI, like your Series and then Alexa and all of that. Okay, all right. Then system integration. Most large companies require systems that combine transaction processing, business support, knowledge management, and user productivity features. Okay. So basically, they want all these, systems to come together as a single unit and talk to each other. Okay, so for example, I'm buying a car from Toyota Ghana. The transaction is to buy a car. When I take my transaction protocol system, what it does is to record the sale and then take money, right? Then when it comes to the business support, probably it will alert the manager that, okay, S&M has bought your latest Toyota model, and so you need to import more, right? When it comes to the knowledge management, probably a mechanic wants to do some maintenance about my car, and for a lack of better words, he or she has missed something and quickly checks to find my car model and the specifications of my car, and then quickly, know what exactly is wrong with my car and then, fix it for me. So all these are systems huge or large companies use this time around. One system has a transaction process, and the same system has a business support. The same system has knowledge management. The same system has user productivity features. When you take Google, for instance, Google has all of these. Microsoft have all of these things working right now. Okay. So as a system analyst, your duty is to know the individual processes or the individual systems that particular company is using before you can connect it as a whole. So that in case there's a problem with the system and you want to check to see whatever is going on, you would know that, okay, for this part, there is a knowledge management in it. For this part, it's actually a business support, and you would rather know how to navigate your way through to solve it properly. All right. Organizational information models. Basically, it has to do with the functions of these organizations. And when you enter any organization, they all have their different, procedures when it comes to organization level. So basically, with most of the organizations, we have managers, we have the middle managers, the supervisors, the operational employees. Okay. So at the bottom, you have many people doing the daily task. They are the ones who are doing most of the jobs and they earn the least salaries for the most part. Okay. And then we also have, the supervisors and team leaders. We have the middle managers and top managers. So you as an analyst, you have to know which work to assign to who, especially when it has to do with systems. I worked with Invincible Technologies one time, and then, like we mentioned earlier, we have what we call the user productivity systems and all of that. And in this particular system, if I'm a team lead, my interface is different from whoever is doing like the the normal jobs around. Okay, so if I'm a system analyst and in case the system goes wrong, I should be able to know where I have assigned or who has been assigned to the team leads page or what kind of IDs to give team leads and then the mere workers. Do you get it? So that it makes my work efficient and all of that. All right. I'm not going to go through the roles of these middle managers, supervisors, and teams and all of that. Okay. So please read on that. Now let's go into structured analysis, system developments actually. Before we proceed, do we have any questions, please?
Oh, please.
All right. So structured analysis is like a recipe. If you like cooking, how many of us like cooking? I see a lot of guys on this page, so I'm sure they don't like cooking.
Oh, we
Oh,
like
no, no,
cooking.
no, no. We like cooking. We like cooking.
Hey,
Daniela.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get
The
chefs and
simple,
cooks
the
all
simple
here.
ones that we can cook.
the simple ones.
Yeah,
Interesting.
the simple
Charlie,
Like
ones.
we can
boiling
we
No,
water.
can
no, 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 no.
we can do we can do a
We can do everything. We can do everything.
Or we
Not
can do
not simple ones.
Everything.
EPA.
Can you
But
prepare kenke?
Ayo. So structured analysis, since you know how to cook, it's like a recipe. Okay. So let's say you want to bake a cake. How do you go about it? Mister, I can do all things.
Oh yeah. So we will get our ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, we will have our flour, and we get our margarine, we get our sugar, we get our vanilla essence. Then maybe we get our mixer. So maybe when we add the butter and the flour, then we mix them together. You get your eggs, then your vanilla essence, then you add them together, plus your sugar, find the maximum taste. Then you put them for the oven, then you wait for it to bake.
Yeah, meat pie.
No, this is not a meat pie. We get
Okay,
okay.
that's
So
awesome.
if you want to
So,
add your icing and stuff, that's when you can add it.
okay, we'll be expecting a cake party very soon in the
Oh, sure,
class.
sure, sure. We do that. We do that.
Okay, awesome. So structured analysis is like a recipe, okay? So like Kojo was explaining, you can't just put the cake in the oven until you have mixed all the ingredients. Now, putting the cake into the oven is, let's say, the design. And all the ingredients are the analysis. Okay. So you have to go through some sort of, structuring to be able to get it done. And that is what the structured analysis is all about. So the structured analysis uses a set of phases called the systems development life cycle. And this is one of the things you'll be needing when you are writing your final year thesis or coming up with your systems and all of that. because they are not just interested in your system you've built. They are not just interested in that. They want to see the process. It must be documented. It must be predictable. We know that probably when you're baking the cake, we would mix all the wet ingredients first before we mix the dry ingredients next. Okay. So they want to make sure your analysis is documented systematically. So the SDLC helps you to plan, analyze, design, implement, and support an information system. And we have different models when it comes to the SDLC. We have waterfall model, we have the V model, we have spiral, we have the iterative model, we have the agile methodology, we have the RAD, which is the rapid application development model. And every one of them has a purpose. So for instance, I want to design a health management system for Kolebu so that they will not be in shortage of beds anymore. The fact that we have waterfall model does not mean if I apply that particular methodology or structured analysis, it would work for my project. So we have to understand why we need the waterfall, why we need the V model, why we need this and this model, and what it can help us achieve, and at what point we need them. So please read wide on that. Would speak about some, but we may not be able to cover all. So please read wide on that. So the SDLC describes activities and functions that all system developers can perform. And this SDLC model includes 5 steps: systems planning, analysis, design, implementation, and then operations. So this is an example of a modified waterfall model, and it's showing the phases and deliverables. Okay, the circular symbols indicate interaction among the phases. So the preliminary investigation report has to do with the systems planning, and it's interacting with system analysis, whereby the system is now dealing with requirements and documents. And it's also what's working with systems design. Why is my laser not working? Okay. Okay, I get it now. And it's also working with the systems design, and it's interacting with the systems implementation, where we check whether the system is functioning or not, and the systems operation, where we ensure that the system is fully operational. Okay. Okay, so let's take it one by one. We'll just run through them briefly so that we don't waste time on that. So the systems planning phase usually begins with a formal request to the IT department, which is basically called the systems request. So it describes problems or desired changes in an information system. Mr. Manager of GCTU, we have realized that the students are complaining a lot about their results. So we want to come up with, we are requesting that the IT department will allow us to do so that the problem will be resolved. So that's the first stage, which is the systems request. Then when it comes to the system analysis phase, you are aiming to build a logical model for the new system, right? The purpose of the systems design phase is also to create a physical model that will satisfy documented requirements for the system. And then the new system is now constructed during the systems implantation phase. Then during the systems operation phase, the IT staff transactions the fully functional implemented system to the user. So until everything is done, the user, which is the student or the lecturer or the management, will not be able to probably access the system or anything. Thereafter, we have a part where you come in to do maintenance and all of that to enhance and secure the operational system. Okay. Now let's move on to object-oriented analysis, which combines data and the processes that act on the data as objects. So imagine you are designing a robot, right? And you want the robot to perform tasks like talking, walking, picking up objects or stuff like that. Instead of thinking about the entire robot at once, you break it into parts. And breaking it into parts will be the objects, okay? So you're breaking it into parts such as the head, the arms, the legs, the brains, and all of that, okay? Now, the head, arms, legs, brains, and all of that are all objects. And each part of this object have its own functions. And that is what the object-oriented model does. It shows that when you want to build a system, you have objects like planning, analysis, design, prototypes, and testing. They are all objects. So the functions of the planning are different from the functions of what? The analysis. And it's different from the functions of the design and the rest. Okay, so let's start with the planning. So basically, that is where the developers think about what they want the software to do. Apple, what's the latest iPhone right now? Is it
17 series.
17 series? Okay, so let's say the latest is 17 Pro, and the developers want to plan and bring in, they want to jump from 17 to 20. So they start with their planning. So that's where they said, okay, the features of 17 includes A, B, C, and D. For 20, we wanted to now do this and this and this and that. So do you get it? That's where the planning kicks in. Okay. Then they move to the analysis. And this has to do with studying the problem, the problem they want to solve. Maybe when you compare iPhone to Samsung, the latest series, when it comes to capturing images, Samsung does it better. Or maybe, please, this is just an example. iPhone people, don't come for me. Maybe Samsung does it better. So the 20 series, we are going to increase the FX capacity of our image capturing or something like that, so that we'll not be capturing images like the way we used to. Okay. So mind you, with every release, it's actually solving a different problem. It either has to do with capacity, efficiency, image something, and all of that. So that's where they do their analysis. Then now they design it. So I learned the 17 has orange, gray, or white, and something. So probably they want it to look different. So now they will design it. Now we want it to look indigo, or we want it to have a gold-plated cover, like real gold. So when you're buying the iPhone, you're actually buying gold in addition. Okay. That's what they do when they want to design it. Then once they are done, they test each part and make sure, okay, we've been able to solve whatever we want to solve properly. And then they bring out a prototype. Now, the prototype is a trial version to test how it will be like. So in case they encounter any problem, they go back to the planning, then come back to analysis, and come back to design. So that's how the whole development model works. Okay. So whenever there's a problem, they have to go back to the very top and work it all the way to the down. The other models could be different. So in the same light, a system analyst would begin their processes by planning. You identify the system's objective, you define your requirements, you establish feasibility, You check and see how long it will take for you to solve the problem. It all comes with the planning stage. And then you choose which model to go with. Okay. You do fact finding. It could be interviews, observations, and all of that. Then now you design whatever system you want to do or what new thing you want to include in that system. You want to check the class structures relationship. It could be inheritance, encapsulation. I don't know if you've done that. It could be polymorphism. It could be user interfaces. It could be the systems components and all of that. And you are supposed to implement all this. Then now you can also test the system and then ensure that the performance is correct, security is good, functionality is awesome, and then we evaluate it with the prototype, and then that's it. So that's the O development model. Okay. The Agile methodology also has different methodologies under it. The Agile methodology attempts to develop a system incrementally by building a series of prototypes and then constantly adjusting them. So for the Agile methodology, when you use spiral model, you don't have to go all the way to the top to start everything all over again like the old model. So like I said, when I give you the assignments, you read about them and then see why each of them, matter and then why we are using them for what projects. Okay. What's the time? Wow. All right. Now to the IT department. Who works with a company that has an IT department or works with it? Yeah. Do we have anybody working with an IT department here? Oh, don't worry, we will not scare you with questions. And I'm not sure we are looking for employment opportunities right now. Maybe we are, but we'll not bore you. Ebenezer.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you work in an IT department, right?
Yes.
Do you know some of the units within your IT department?
You mean like information units? Like
Please, we
unit?
can't hear you.
Yeah, you mean which particular unit specifically?
I'm asking if you know some of the units within the IT department.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us at least one or two?
So we have server.
The server units.
Yes.
Okay.
We have routers.
Sorry?
We have routers.
Routers.
Yeah.
There's a unit for routers.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much. Any other, Edward? Edward, your hand is up. Edward, we can't hear you.
I said I'm also an IT person in my organization.
Oh, okay. And are there some units within your IT department that you know of?
We have the shipping and procurement, we have the production, we have quality, we have accounts.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Thank you very much. All right. So the IT department develops and maintains information systems, and the structure of this department varies among companies. So every company is different, okay? The units within company A may be different from the units within company B. So the IT application development group provides leadership and then overall guidance. And then system support and security groups also implement and monitors physical and electronic security hardware, software, and procedures. We also have the user support. We have the database administration. They do the data design, management, security, backup, and all of that. We have the network administration. All these are units under what? The IT department. We have the web support and then the quality assurance. They review and then test all applications and system changes to verify specifications and then software quality standards. So chances are you may be an IT person in a particular organization, but you may have quality assurance. You may not have application development. It doesn't mean that it's not a complete IT department. Okay. All right. Okay, so the systems analysts. A system analyst, like we already stated, investigates, analyzes, designs, develops, installs, evaluates, and maintains a company's information. So your role is to act as translators to the managers and programmers. So I won't be surprised when you go somewhere and you are talking and then somebody will be like, in plain English, please. You're like, oh, sorry, what I mean was, okay, what I mean is actually this and this and that's right. So your role as an analyst is to translate the whatever you're working to the managers in a language they can understand. And then when you're speaking to the programmers, to speak to them in a language they can understand. Okay. And your role again is to be the best line of defense in an IT disaster. Like we said, you are like someone searching a stack of straws, searching for a needle. So when there's an IT disaster and we call on to you, you should be able to search, and know that, oh, okay, it's a system error or a hardware error or a software error or this kind of error. You should have the ability to listen. You should be able to listen to what management wants, what the people want. That's why you've gone through all the processes and all the functionalities. We have talked about the fact that we need users, we need processes and all of that. And for users to be able to use a system effectively and efficiently, it stems on communication. How do I report something I'm not enjoying, or how do I report something that's not working for me if there's no function within a system to report? For instance, I'm operating on GG and I want to buy something and somebody gives me a fake product. How do I report to the person if there's no place for feedback or reports something? Do you get it? So you should be able to listen and know what the user or the system wants at a point in time. You should seek feedback from users to ensure that systems do not go off track, of course. You should also have certain knowledge, skills, and education. A successful system analyst needs technical knowledge. You need oral and written communication skills. You need to understand business operations. Like we've gone through all the business operations we've checked on. Business to business, business to consumer, consumer to consumer. You should be able to know this. You should know how it operates. You should be a critical thinker. Okay. Okay. All right. So we also have certifications. So certification verifies that an individual demonstrates a certain level of knowledge. We have a lot of certification programs going on. For those who are very technical and you are into networking, they have a lot of certifications you can undertake, and then get certified in those aspects. And we have career opportunities for system analysts, but the catch is do not rely on job titles only. Oh, I'm a system analyst. Find out everything about the company and where the IT department fits into that organizational chart. Because mind you, the IT department in GT is different from the IT department in GCB Bank, and it's different from the one at Amazon. Do you get it? So don't just rely on the title, oh, I'm a system analyst. What in particular do you do? Are you a specialist? Are you a programmer? Are you a designer? Are you a software engineer? So we have different fractures of what these analysts. Do you get? Okay. Then we also have career opportunities. Okay, I think we've spoken about that. And when it comes to career opportunities too, if you're a system analyst and you're looking for a job, you have to also consider your salary, location, and company's future growth and success prospects. There was one time I was asking somebody, so where do you stay? And the person says she stays at Dansuman. And the work I was offering the person was at around Katamanso. So you have to pick a car from Dansuma to probably Circle, from Circle to Medina, Obotre School Junction, and then from there to the place. And when you're in Ghana at this time and year and age, you should know that it's not easy to get transportation like that. And your salary is thousands of this. How much are you going to pay for transportation? How much will you pay for feeding? The fact that the job is lucrative does not mean you should jump on it just like that. So as a system analyst, try and then consider all of these things when you have any offer. You also have to ensure you are able to analyze the corporate culture of that particular organization or institution, their beliefs, their rules, their traditions, their values, their attitudes, and everything. Analyze them. That's your job as an analyst. All right. You should also be able to identify trends in information technology. What's the latest trend in IT? You have to be like updated, okay? Keep updating yourself. What is the latest performing stock on the stock market? Okay, keep trends in mind like that. Trends on cloud computing, agile methods, data science, mobile devices, There are people who are in IT right now. You ask them about something with regards to IT, and they have no idea. Those things are basic. And you're not saying that so long as you're in IT, you should know everything. You can't know everything, but for the most part, you should be updated from time to time. All right. Any question at this point? Do we have any questions? Any questions, please? Okay, since you don't have questions, I have questions. I'll be calling those I didn't hear from. I think for the most part, I heard Ebenezer, Kojo, Elvis, Benis, Mikkel, Sharif, Owusu, and Edward. So those I didn't hear, I'll be asking random questions. Chega Achu. Is Chega Achu here? Okay, Theophilus Malvi.
Yeah.
Is that Chega
Hello.
Achu?
No, it's Theophilus.
Theophilus, okay. So Theophilus, what did you learn today? Okay. Ebenezana Kabute. I'm sure you're wondering how I know those who actually spoke within the class, because I'm recording everything here.
Yes, madam, I was the one who spoke concerning
Yes.
the unit.
Oh, okay. Evelyn Penny, where are you? You know, this online thing is really like dicey, especially when it comes to concentration. Because for the most part, most of the topics are very boring, honestly. They are very, very boring. So you trying to catch up or follow up is quite difficult. But I expect and require that at least you don't log in and then leave your phone somewhere else. And it's as though you're in class, but you are doing something else. At the end of the day, it's not chew and pour. Unless you don't want to use IT for something profound in life, you just want the certificate. If not, please try and then let's pay attention. Okay. So I have an assessment for you. 3 questions. Kindly take a screenshot of it and work on it as soon as possible. I'll be taking the assignments on Wednesday. Is that fair?
Please, the mode of
What is the mode of submission?
So course rep, I would. Who is the course rep? David.
We are here to assign course rep.
Oh, wow.
David.
Please assign your course rep so that I can communicate with the course rep on mode of submission. Because
David, kindly speak up. Why, David?
I want the person to take all the assignments and then send it to me as a zip file.
Madam, I have a suggestion to make concerning assignments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from our previous experience, we understand that the LMS is the company's platform of submitting assignments. And it has been helpful for some of us who are workers. For instance, you go to work, you are tired, and you come home around 10 p.m. Once you go to LMS, you can see the assignment, and then you know the mode of submission, and at your comfort zone, you can do it. But once it's flying on WhatsApp and Co, it's likely you miss it, and you'll be able to see it or remember it, and then you miss the assignment. So this year, if assignment could be on the LMS for us to help, so that we no risk missing assignments.
Okay. That's a great suggestion. Thank you. We'll take it into consideration. I'll speak to Dr. Acheampong and then we'll look at how to go about it.
Thank you.
All right. So in the meantime, please work on the assignment. You said you don't have a course rep.
We do have a course rep and he's listening
Madam,
to you. Davis is
we have a
there.
course
We have
rep.
this is 2 classes.
He will reach out to you
June
later.
and then January. So we are yet to get the centralized
Who is that mentioning
course rep for the joint class.
Is Theodora also not a course rep?
Yes.
She is. In fact, she's the course rep.
Who is the okay?
Madam, please, the main course rep is David. So he will reach out to you after the class.
You can't conclude that the main course rep is David because you have not now.
Hello guys.
Don't
Please,
come on this
let's
Well,
not do this
I
at this
also
time.
can say the main course rep is Theodora, so don't conclude.
Hey, but you people, wait, and you money,
Hello, please.
I don't
Let's
know.
not do
The
this over
general
here.
intake,
Let's
you
not do this
joined
over
we
here.
just
You've
recently.
joined, you've
So
joined a group
if
and
you
then you
join
wanted to
us, you
impose
go
your
along
class
with
rep on us.
whatever
Who does
things that
that?
we have. We already have groups. We will be adding you all to the groups. We have a course rep. He will be deciding whether to add your rep as an assistant or
You'll
not.
be
We
deciding
shouldn't be
as
coming
who?
around
You'll
and
be
be talking
deciding as
nonsense
Hey,
who?
what
on
do
this
you mean
thing.
by that?
You'll be
We can't
deciding as
decide on our
who?
behalf.
Please,
We would have
please,
to
this is
vote
this
and
is
then
a class,
conclude.
okay? This is
We
a class. We are not
don't have
doing this
a
here. Please, this
to
is a class.
vote. We
We are
don't
not
have
doing
a
this here.
concept for now. You are not deciding for anybody here.
Madam, please
Calm
pardon
down, calm
the
down, calm
pardon
down.
the
We are here together.
For now, it's David. For now, it's David.
We don't have any for now. We are here to decide. So once we decide, we'll get back to Madam.
Okay, then we should vote. That's all. Okay,
Hello.
yeah, madam, we're
So,
waiting for your call.
okay, so I hope you have the assignment at least. I'll communicate with David. David, I'm sending you a direct message. I don't know who else is the course rep, so whoever, kindly,
Theodora is there.
if you're also
Vida
a
is
course rep, all I see here is a co-host, right? So I'm sending it to the co-host. So co-host, please contact me and share my contact with the rest of the course reps on the page, so that when we decide on which mode you're supposed to submit the assignment, I can communicate with them. Is that okay? So if you're a course rep, please contact David so we get in touch. David will send you my number.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, and then have a nice day.
Please don't go.
Thank you.
It's so funny.
Acheampong.